the number of reformed people will increase. Let me repeat our constructive speech. 81. Not to kill people by whole church. 82. Human rights of criminals will be protected. 82. Condemned criminals get a chance to reform. 81. Present situation. 1. Today, there is the death penalty in Japan, and it is executed sometimes even though criminals appeal for retrial. As an illustration, Nishikawa Masakatsu was executed in 2017 while he had requested for retrial. 2. There are 4 cases that condemned criminals come back from death row after the retrial. 3. If current system continue, innocent people can be killed by the death penalty in Japan. B. Effect. After the plan, there is no possibility of killing innocent people because of whole church. 2. Not only accused people, but also condemned people can be on retrial without any unsuitable difficulties. Thank you.
Thank you. Now we will have preparation time for 1 minute. Oh, フローシートない？大丈夫？録画するのね。忘れてた。途中から録画し始めちゃった。ごめんなさい。皆さん。ちょっとここで動揺の跡が見られてる。Now we are going to have question time from negative side.
Okay, so now let me ask some questions.
Okay.
First, about your 81, you mentioned that there are some people who, the condemned people, get killed while they are appealing their retrial.
Yes.
Why do you think this happened? Is it because they are apparently not innocent? Or do you think they are executed because they are guilty, 100%?
We consider that every condemned people have the chance to retrial.
Right. And you mentioned that there are 4 cases
Yes.
that condemned criminals appears to be innocent. Can you show when does that happen? Every 4 cases. I move on to the
Sorry.
next. In your 82, you mentioned that condemned criminal was to get rehabilitate, to come back to the society. But it's obvious that condemned criminals commit the most serious crimes. Do they worth second chances?
It is important to every condemned criminals have the chance to reform their self.
Thank you. どこまでやったっけ 2終わった。Now we will have constructive speech of negative side for 4 minutes.
I'm negative side. I'm constructive speaker about negative side. Let me start my speech. Disadvantage 1. Abolishing death penalty to increase risk of violent crime happening. Present situation 1. The death penalty has been adapted for deterring serious crime as well as preventing criminals from recommitting it after release from prison. 2. In France and UK, the number of murders did increase during the 10 years after abolishing the death penalty. Accordingly, the death penalty actually has an effect on preventing serious crime. 3. According to the Ministry of Justice, the average length of parole for life imprisonment was about 30 years in 2015. In other words, any life imprisonment prisoner has a possibility to be released to the society after about 30 years. Number 4. According to the Ministry of Justice, the recommitment rate of the murders during the last 2 decades was about 30%, and 1.9% estimated 16 people have committed a murder more than twice. Effect: if the death penalty is abolished, there will be no legal deterrence of serious crime, and the violent murderers who should be executed will be able to come back to the society after decades, which were likely to increase the risk of serious crime. Impact: the abolition of the death penalty will definitely generate the risk of the serious crime, which has never happened under the current system. And we should not take the risk, because even one case of those kind of crime could be a disaster. DA2. Death penalty only way to compensate for serious crime. Present situation 1. The criminal law of Japan is created for prescribing illegal acts and punishing the criminals depending on the degree of the crime. And the severity of each crime and punishment must be proportional. 2. The death penalty is the severest legal punishment approved by the Supreme Court, while it is prohibited by the constitutions in the most countries which have already abolished it. 3. Currently, 47% of all countries and 65% of all Asian countries are adopting the death penalty. The value of Western countries, which regard the death penalty as inhumane, does not apply to that of Asian countries, including Japan. Effect: if the capital punishment is abolished, there will be no punishment which can match above the certain level of serious crime, because the range of life imprisonment has to be expanded. Impact: after introducing the plan, the violent criminals who should be executed under the current system will be sentenced to life imprisonment. Nevertheless, the death penalty is legal. Therefore, the the severity of each crime and punishment will become unproportional, which collapses the principle of the criminal law. Thanks.
Thank you. Ooh. Now we will have preparation time for 1 minute. Thumbs up. So we will have question time from affirmative side for 2 minutes.
I ask some questions. First about DA1. In Japan, rate of people who are released on prison. So a prison rate is 0.6%. So this number is low. Can you say violent crime will increase after abolished death penalty?
Sorry, could you say it again?
Okay. So in Japan, rate of people who are released on prison is 0.6%. This number is low. So can you say after abolished this penalty will increase violent crime? So
Yeah.
Yes, why? Why can you say so now?
In France and UK, the number of murders did increase during the 10 years after abolishing the death penalty.
But in Japan, its rate is low. So the number is people who are released on prison. So in Japan, it's different from France and UK. Why can you say so that in Japan?
Thank you. And that's it. Now we will have attack speech from negative side for 3 minutes. あ、違うっけ？ん？何番？どこ？
2 minutes of preparation time.
あ、ごめんなさい。プレパレーションタイムです。2 minutes です。 Time is up, so we will have attack speech from negative side for 2 minutes.
I'm attack speaker of negative side, so let me start my speech. In the 81, there are innocent people cases. They say the innocent people killed by the death penalty, but there are innocent people. There are innocent people in this case, so it is not say that death penalty should abolish. And their 81, in their 81, they showed 4 cases where condemns criminal appeared to be innocent. However, they didn't mention when those cases happened. Now technology has developed, and those cases will never happen again. And in their 81, currently there are several cases where murders committed murders again. After released, therefore, criminals who committed the most serious crimes are not worth of second chance. Okay. One more time. India 81. As for your 81, what is the merit about giving 82? As for your 82, what is the merit about giving the chance to criminal to reform? Yes. Okay, one more. In the 81, they showed 4 cases where condemned criminal appeared to be innocent. However, they didn't mention when those cases happened. Now technology has developed, and those cases will never happen again. In the 82, currently there are several cases where murders recommit the murders again. After release, therefore, criminals who commit the most serious crimes are not worth of second chance. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Then, next we will have question time. で合ってる? Question time from affirmative side for 2 minutes.
So let me ask some questions. One, so when the crime happens, so who will detect the case? Who will detect it? I think that is people detect the case. And technology, even if the technology increased, I think the detect the case is a human, right? Human detect the case, right? No, human being detect the case, not AI or something, but
No,
okay, thank you. So your first attack, you said about the technology, about the DNA or something.
yeah, other like DNA or
Other.
others.
All right, thank you. So. second attack, how can you say the severe murder or something? Murder is not worth have second chances.
It is because the murder will
So they
commit the serious crime.
doesn't deserve to give the future or something.
It is because they commit the serious crime. So the victim's family.
If the accident when I'm sorry.
Thank you. Now we will have affirmative attack speech for 3 minutes.
Sorry. I'm attack speaker of affirmative side. Let me start my talk. First, there are day one and first day one's present situation 2. UK and France. You cannot say murder rate will increase only by abolishing death penalty, because, for example, in UK, after UK abolished death penalty in 1969, but the terrorism happened in 1968. So UK situation was confused, and in France, abolished this penalty in 1981, but in France, and also happened some terrorism from 1980. So those countries, we can say those countries confused, and that situation influence of murder rate. So we cannot say murder rate will increase only by abolishing death penalty. And present situation 3, 3 is people who commit a crime again in their release on parole. It's a problem of life imprisonment system, so it's not a point in this debate. And there too, and first of all, we believe punishment should moral as it can, and we think a nation should punish criminal by more moral way. So, and how can we say punishment is suit or not? If the life imprisonment will be heaviest punishment, but thank you.
Thank you. Then we will have question time from negative side for 2 minutes.
attack. Third, for D1, D2, like the nation should not punish and like execute them. You mean like nation should not punish or execute prisoners, right? Yeah. Okay. Did you like on your first attack? Yeah. You said that. Did you said that people get confused if like terrorism were happened? Why did you say they get confused?
I think if terrorism happened and the situation of society is confused, we can imagine easily.
What was that?
We can imagine easily.
Okay. Do you have any evidence that after terrorism have happened, people came to they actually documented?
Thank you. We will have preparation time for 2 minutes. We will have defense speech from the affirmative side for 3 minutes.
Okay, I'm a defense speaker from affirmative side. And let me start my speech. Okay. You are attacked on anyone. Okay, by showing the data, which there are 4 cases that condemned criminals come back from death row. We wanted to say that no one can say there are no mistakes in judgment. So we think it doesn't matter when those happen. So, and technology, you said technology. Even if the detecting technology will be developed, it is human beings who judge criminals and detect the case actually getting the scene of the crime. So our point is that when the capital punishment is abolished, misjudged criminals can get the opportunity to claim their innocence when they are alive. So current situation can kill the people who don't deserve to die. So we claim that just abolish it. And your attack, second attack, okay. So I would like to say that it's completely different that between giving the chance to giving them, I mean, severe criminals, giving them the chance to reform and giving them a hope to get released. I would like to say that. And once they released, you said that the criminal, they are crime again, commit a crime again. The possibility will be increased. So I would like to say that the rate of releasing the life imprisonment people is under just 0.6%. So I would like to say that that won't increase the criminal rate badly. So, and on your third attack, what is merit? So rehabilitation can make well-reformed people, even if they are mothers. So the point is that we are able to make those people and good people and increase the number of them without capital punishment. So that is our merit that continue really long span. So
Thank
once
you.
they kill the thank you.
Thank you. Now we will have negative defense speech for 3 minutes.
I am a defense speaker from negative side. Let me start my speech. First, on the first attack, they said that terrorism had happened in UK and France after they abolished death penalty. But as we said on our DA1, as we said on our DA1, criminals who recommitted the murder more than twice existed, and moreover, if there were not death penalty in the country, there is a possibility that terrorism come out from the prison. And second attack, they mentioned that the number of murders was not increased. They mentioned that the number of murders was not increased only by abolishing the death penalty. So they didn't deny the possibility of the effect of the death penalty. And on the third attack, nation should nation should not punish. Nation should not punish. Nation should not execute criminals, but as we said on our constructive speech, the death penalty is sovereign legal punishment approved by the Supreme Court, and as we said on our constructive speech, if the capital punishment is abolished, there will be no punishment which can match above a certain level of serious crime, because the range of life imprisonment has to be expanded. So please think about the range of life imprisonment. Thank you.
Thank you. We will have preparation time for 2 minutes. Thumbs up. Now we are going to have affirmative side summary speech for 3 minutes.
I'm summary speaker on negative positive side. Sorry. Let me start my speech. Our AU word is not to kill people by force judge. So if Japan abolishes capital punishment, the innocent people will never be killed by force judge. Also, the accused people and commandeered people will be judged accurately. And AD 2 is commandeered criminals get chance to reform themselves. So under the current death penalty system, common criminals are deprived their chance to be reformed. After the plan, the number of reformed people will increase. So our advocate said, in UK and France, there was stopped death penalty since there was not big chance to murder and crime rate. A big change of murder and crime rate. Those countries abolished it. So, according to that, so in Japan should abolish death penalty. And negative side said, recently they developed technology, so but they didn't mention, so high technology can find evidence, so the criminal should be executed this penalty. So the opinion is unclear, and we want to say that no one can say there are no mistakes in judgment. And if the heaviest punishment becomes a life imprisonment, the serious crime will be sweet a life imprisonment. So please consider how can we punishment sweet or not. So we want to say life imprisonment is the most suitable for punishment for the serious crime. So our plan is not directed just now, but we can bring long span merit
Thank you.
for our plan. Thank you.
Now we're gonna have negative side summary speech for 3 minutes.
Okay, I'm the last speaker of the negative side, so let me summarize this entire debate. First of all, we believe our point is that the death penalty, that whether the death penalty is working as deterrent or not. And we strongly believe that there is some deterrence because of two reasons. First, it deters people from committing their first serious crimes, as we mentioned in our Constructive, our AD1, the evidence of UK and France. And second, it deters murderers from recommitting murders again by not letting them go out to the society. So even if the evidence of UK and France is not enough to support the deterrence of death penalty as they attacked, as we mentioned in our year one, during in the recent 20 years, estimated 16 people who committed murder have committed murders more than 2 times after they are released from prison. So there must be some deterrence of murderers committing their second or third crime, third murders, So now, assuming that there is deterrence of the death penalty, there is some deterrence in death penalty. The 81 is about forced charge, and they show some evidence, but there is no actual case where criminals actually get executed by forced charge. And of course, we cannot say there will be no mistake, because it must be some human errors, but there is no actual case. So, and as we said in Attack, the technology has developed much recently, and there will be fewer and fewer of those mistakes. And their 82 is about giving criminals, condemned criminals second chance. But as we said, death penalty has deterrence. So, which means the death penalty is saving the lives of innocent people. So, which should we prioritize? The lives of innocent people, or the lives of condemned criminals who commit murders, serious murders? So, we strongly believe that we should save the lives of innocent people in exchange for. We should save the lives of innocent people over those criminals. Thank you.
Thank you. じゃあジャッジをしてきます。お疲れ様でした。パチパチ。じゃあ皆さんは待っててください。1、2、3、4。